This murder is the murder of Michael Daniels, 41-year-old black male. He was killed on New Year's Day. On January 1st at approximately 12:10 a.m., police were dispatched to a person shot call in the 12,300 block of Cadley Circle. When they arrived, they found Michael Daniels, a 41-year-old black male suffering from a gunshot wound to the chest. He was transported and later died at the hospital. Detectives made contact with the girlfriend of the victim at the house, and she said that the suspect was her ex-husband, Edward LaRon Williams, a 37-year-old black male. She explained that the victim's mother and her explained that this kind of started earlier in the evening on New Year's Eve. Going back to New Year's Eve at approximately 8:45 p.m., the victim's mother was at that residence alone when the doorbell rang, and she went to the door, looked out the peephole, and didn't see anyone. She went to a window in the house, a kitchen window, looked outside, and saw a shorter black male walking away. She called her son and told him that, and that's all that happened at that time. At approximately 10 p.m., the victim and his girlfriend came home from church, and about an hour and 20 minutes later, the doorbell rang again. This time, Michael Daniels answered the door. Of course, no one was at the door, so he walked outside to investigate. And when he did, the suspect, Edward LaRon Williams, shot at him. He then fled the scene, and the victim went inside and told his girlfriend what happened. They then called the police and filed a police report. At 12:10 a.m. on New Year's Day, the victim went outside to use his phone. When he went outside, the girlfriend said that she heard 2 gunshots, and then the victim came stumbling back in the house and said that he shot me. The victim later died of his injuries. During the course of this investigation, the detectives located an individual that knows the suspect, and he said that earlier that day on New Year's Eve that he stated that Williams told him that he was going to kill the victim because he was in the way of him getting back together with his ex-wife. An arrest warrant was obtained, and about 10 a.m. this morning, Edward Williams turned himself into the police memorial building. He's been charged with 1 count of murder and 1 count of possession of firearm by a convicted felon. I can take any questions.
Is there an arrest report here?
Yeah, he's being booked right now, so
There's no arrest report.
there'll be one coming shortly.
I'll send it out. And he was a convicted felon? Or
Yes.
He had a criminal history of that here?
It should be.
Okay, all right.
And that was New Year's Eve, right?
The murder was actually on New Year's Day, but the whole incident kind of started on New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. And the first incident he was shot at, the victim was shot at, but not
Correct.
hit, is that correct?
He was not hit.
And then the suspect took off. They came back shortly after midnight and then did shoot the victim.
Yes.
Okay.
Over his ex-wife.
Correct.
Do you know how long this couple had been married?
No, I do not.
Any idea?
No.
What was the time frame between the first shooting and the suspect?
He shot at him and missed. It was about 11:20 p.m., and then the murder occurred at 12:10 a.m.
Did they call the police?
So
after?
50 minutes.
Yeah, did they call the police after the first?
They did. They filed a police report.
Did an officer respond, or was it just a teleserve?
Yeah, no, my understanding, an officer responded.
So the suspect came to that home twice, one the night before and then.
Yes.
On the evening.
All right. Thank you.